Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit more shorter-term technical analysis on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets, guys, because as you may have seen on the chart, Bitcoin is trading around $7,000 right now, and in fact, it went into a bearish consolidation pattern last night, which is, of course, a continuation pattern, and we unfortunately broke bearish out of it. In this video, I'm going to be explaining to you guys why I still think that the bottom for Bitcoin is relatively close, but there is one major stipulation to that. I went over a lot of the technical analysis in yesterday's video. You can watch that going back on the channel. But guys, I personally think the bottom for Bitcoin is relatively close. I'm going to be making the case for that in today's video. And I also want to talk about investing in Bitcoin because that's a really big topic, one that no one's really talking about, and now's a great time to be doing it, guys. So we're going to be diving into that later on in today's video. If you guys do enjoy today's video, I would humbly ask you to hit that like button, only if you like the video, of course. And if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. We make cryptocurrency content every single day, and I wouldn't want you to miss any of it. But anyway, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Alright guys, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in down here to the hourly chart and show you what we're talking about here. As you guys will probably know, Bitcoin broke below $8,000 a few days ago. And anyway, from there, Bitcoin has been trading around $7,200. We went into this consolidation pattern right here over the last several days, and over the last several hours, Bitcoin has broken bearish out of it. Now, you may be wondering, Jeb, if Bitcoin just broke bearish out of a bearish continuation pattern that is pointing to the downside, why are you still talking about the bottom for Bitcoin being so close? Well guys, I think there's a very good reason for that, and I'm going to lay it out in this video. But first I want to do some shorter term analysis here. Bitcoin is clearly bearish right now. I want to make that crystal clear straight out the gate. Bitcoin is bearish for the next couple of days. I'm not talking about today being the bottom. I'm not talking about tomorrow being the bottom. I'm not even talking about this week being the bottom. I want to make that very clear because I know people are going to get that twisted in the comments if I don't. So there you go. Bitcoin tried to get above the 20-hourly exponential moving average. It tried to set higher highs up here. It tried to break up above $7,300 where we have resistance. It failed on all of those key points. Instead, Bitcoin broke to the downside and is looking to potentially be making a new low somewhere around $7,000, maybe $6,900 today. That is definitely bearish, and it does indicate that we may not actually hold $7,000 like we were hoping we would. Now, we talked about in yesterday's video all the analysis that pointed to $7,200 holding and that the bottom for Bitcoin is relatively close right here. I'd highly encourage you to watch that video. In that video, we talked about all of the technical reasons why 7K is a strong level of support and why there is a pretty good argument for it holding. But in this video, I don't want to go down the same rabbit hole. I want to show you what happens if Bitcoin does break below 7K, because there most certainly is a chance that that happens, but I don't think Bitcoin breaking below 7,000 would actually be that big of a deal on the long term. So let's back up and dive into all of that piece by piece. Guys, whether or not the exact bottom for Bitcoin is at $7,000 is completely and utterly irrelevant, to be totally honest with you. Over here in the first cohort in the Trading Wisdom tab, I have 12 key points here that you need to remember when you're trading. And as I think of more things, I'm going to be adding to this, of course. But one of the first key points here in Trading Wisdom is avoid perfect trades. Do not attempt to catch tops and bottoms perfectly. You'll fail. And that's a very common piece of wisdom for cryptocurrency technical analysis, and it's a very important one also. People are too caught up trying to catch the exact bottom or the exact top. Let me tell you something, guys. If you were to buy somewhere in this region and sell somewhere in this region, you are going to be in pretty good profit. Even if you bought somewhere in this region and sold somewhere in this region because you didn't catch the exact top or bottom, you'd be in pretty good profit. What you don't want to do is try buying in exactly this spot and selling in exactly that spot, because when you're looking for the exact reversal point, you are going to fail. I promise you, more often than not, much more often than not, you are going to fail. You are not going to find the exact bottom. It's very difficult even for skilled technical analysts. What you need to do instead is make sure you are generally buying in a good region and generally selling in a good region, or generally shorting and closing in good regions if you're doing shorting. The reason that I say right now is a time to be getting greedy on Bitcoin is because somewhere in the range between $5,000 to $7,000, I believe the bottom is going to be found. It might even be around 6K. It looks like we might be about to break 7,000. If we do, oh well. We go down to $6,000 and we get to put a buy in there. It doesn't really matter exactly where the bottom is, guys, so that's why I wanted to clarify in this video. I think the bottom is close. It might be here. It might be here, it might be here, but I have a feeling it's going to be sometime before there. The point I'm trying to make, guys, is that Bitcoin has been in a downtrend for the last 6 months. We've been moving to the downside. We're 50% retraced. Bitcoin has very strong support at $5,000 and $6,000. Both of those levels are strong support. And even $7,000 constitutes a strong support also. It's a golden pocket, guys. Bitcoin is just below the 61.8, in between the 61.8% and the 65% off Fibonacci. It's called the golden pocket. It's normally where markets will reverse. There's every reason to believe, based on the fundamentals, the technicals, the regulatory landscape, the news landscape, the adoption landscape, the institutional landscape, that Bitcoin has a bounce somewhere between $5,000 and $7,000. I'm not in the game of predicting a bounce at $6,234.35 and a tenth of a penny. I'm not in that game. The game I'm in is trying to figure out where the approximate bottom is and where the approximate top is, so I can figure out a pretty good entry and a pretty good exit. If I do that, then more often than not, I'm going to be in profit, and I'm going to save myself from trying to catch exact bottoms and tops. There's a good reason why I'm looking to be longing right now, not looking to be shorting. I don't think there's much more downside in this move. I don't see Bitcoin ever going below $5,000 again, because we have the 200 weekly simple moving average down here, guys. If Bitcoin falls below that, that is catastrophic. I don't think it's going to happen. So what that means is that Bitcoin can really fall maybe another 30%. Okay, yeah, you could short that, but you don't know where the bottom is. The bottom could be at $6,500, and you're just in a short position when you really should be considering longing. I would much rather think a little bit farther out into the future and think about what the market's going to be doing a month or two from now and be looking to long when the bottom's getting close. Furthermore, guys, it's not just about longing and entering a swing trade with maybe 2 or 3x leverage. It's also about investing. Guys, Bitcoin is retraced 50% from its yearly high. We're retracing nearly 70% from the all-time high. If you guys have ever wanted to find a good opportunity to be investing in Bitcoin, start dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, now is a good time to do it. For a long time when I invested in Bitcoin, I would just dump money in it when I thought it was a good time. Like, for example, down here, down over here around 6K, wherever, I just throw money in. But now, starting this week, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging every Friday. I teach dollar cost averaging, but to date, I haven't done it. I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to start dollar cost averaging between $200 and $300 every Friday. Now is a great time to be doing that, I think. Bitcoin is at a low price. The bottom seems close. The future for Bitcoin is just as bright as it ever has been, guys. I need to remind you of something. The fundamentals for Bitcoin ever since we hit $20,000, they've only gotten better. And the price has only gone down. So what does that tell you? That tells you that we're undervalued. It tells you that Bitcoin's going to rally back up to and above that in the future. If the underlying intrinsic value, as I used to call it, of Bitcoin, the fundamental value of Bitcoin is continuing to rally, and the price action has continued to gradually move to the downside, what does that say? It says that the market is undervalued. It says that there's a bull run coming. It says when this halving happens in about 5 months, the stock to flow ratio is going to go through the roof, and price predictions for Bitcoin run up to $50,000 to $100,000. It means that now is a good time to be investing in Bitcoin, in my humble opinion. Now remember, guys, just because one dude on the internet says something does not mean that that is gospel. But if you're watching this far in this video, you probably want to know what I have to say, and that's what I say. I say now's a good time to be starting to investing in Bitcoin. Any investment you make, you might go as far as 30% in the red before it starts returning. Bitcoin could go down to $5,000. Like I said, I've tried to make that clear in this video. There's every reason to believe that that might happen, but there's also every reason to believe that Bitcoin's going to go to $14,000 and $20,000 and beyond. So are we looking at the potential unrealized losses that we're going to make over the next month, or are we looking at the potential realized gains that we're going to make over the next 5 years? You gotta make sure you have your perspective correct. So guys, that's my rant for today's video. I know there wasn't a lot of analysis. Like I said, in yesterday's video, we did do a lot of technical analysis. If you want to see the technicals, if you want to see where all the indicators are, if you want to see all of that stuff, go watch yesterday's video. This video was mostly directed at the people who think right now is a horrible time to be investing in Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin's dying, and that Bitcoin's not going anywhere, and the people that are going to make fun of me when Bitcoin falls below 7K. I want to make sure you understand that, because that is definitely a possibility. It's hard to tell exactly where a trend reversal happens. No one is perfect at that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't even really matter now, does it? Anyway, guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you guys agree with what I have to say. If you don't agree with what I have to say, that's perfectly fine. Let me know in the comment section down below. I want to hear your take on what we have discussed here in today's video. I'd love to get your hot take on it. Guys, if you did enjoy today's video also, consider hitting that like button. It really does help out the channel if you do that. Only if you actually like the video, though, of course. If you didn't like the video, then go ahead and hit that dislike button. Hit it twice to make sure I know you didn't like the video. And also, guys, if you're new here, consider subscribing. We do daily cryptocurrency content, and I would love to see you stick around for a little while. Maybe you can join some of our live streams. If Bitcoin does start moving today, I will try to do a live stream. I'm relatively free today, so I should be in the first cohort. I should be in the Discord server, and I should be in the comment section down below answering any questions you have. Speaking of the first cohort, guys, that is going amazing. It launched 8 days ago. We started actually promoting it on Monday of last week, so it's been growing pretty fast. We've got a few dozen people over in the Discord server so far, and we're starting to get to know each other. Shout out to Crypto Wealthy and Bill Nugan. We were having a conversation over there this morning. I'm scrolling up and looking through all of that. I'm going to jump in that conversation here in a little bit. But guys, if you want to join the community that we're building over there, I would love to see you. I'd love to get to know you. I'd love to learn more about you, and I'd love to learn from you guys. I've already learned some stuff from the guys in the first cohort, and I would love to learn even more. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to teach, but I'm also here to learn, because every good teacher is just as much of a student as those he is teaching. Guys, I'm really looking forward to what what we can do here with the first cohort. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you guys better. If you guys are interested, the link is down below. Another video will be going up probably tomorrow. I don't want to guarantee that, but probably will be going up tomorrow, if not, probably Tuesday. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for today's video. I do want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.